ECI orders repoll at 12 polling stations of Manipur on March 5. Congress accuses Manipur government of bribing militant groups. And BJP indulging in organized violence to capture power, says Bhakta Charan Das. Hello, good evening. This is Pony TV English News. I'm CHRISTINA and now the news in detail. The Election Commission of India has, under subsection 2 of Section 58 of the Representation of the People Act 1951, declared that the poll taking on 28th of February and 12 polling stations to be void and appointed 5 of March as the date for taking repoll or fresh poll at the state polling stations, with hours of poll from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. In accordance with the Commission's instruction contained in Chapter 13 of the Handbook for Returning Officers 2019, the 12 polling stations going for repoll are 20 Sarautel under Kundrakpam constituency, Infal East 51/46, New Kaithalman B under 51, Saitu constituency, Kangpokpi, Churachandpur districts 56/5, Songsang 56/10, Maite and 56/19, Tinswang 56, Thanlon constituency, 57/20, Mazuron Kuki 57/31, and Chingpai 57/34, Khoirentak 57/39, Molsang and 57/49, Leinom under 57, Henglep constituency, 60/30, Taikot and 60/43, Maukot under 60, Singhat constituency. The proposal for repoll in these polling stations was recommended based on the facts and information received or reported from respective returning officers. One of the main reasons for consideration of repolling was connected to the damage of EVMS by miscreants during and after the poll. This kind of incidents lead to major discomfort to the electors of the polling station, as their right to franchise gets infringed on the poll day, and they will now need to come out again to exercise their rightful franchise on the day of repoll. All electors of these polling stations are requested to come out in big numbers to exercise their franchise. The inconvenience caused due the incidents aforesaid is regretted, as per a release from Manipur Chief Electoral Officer Rajesh Agarwal. In a shocking violation of the model of conduct, the Union Home Ministry and the BJP government in Manipur released Rs 15.7 crore on February 1 and further Rs 92.7 lakh March 1 to ban militant groups under suspension of Operation Sue. According to AICC leader Jairam Ramesh, this has made a mockery of elections in 4 districts. Jairam Ramesh told a press conference at Congress Bhawan on Thursday. He alleged that the payment to sue groups ensured that elections in Churachandpur and Kangpokpi districts in Phase 1 had not been free and fair and peaceful. The payments made the banned militant groups under sue clear violation of MCC, says Jairam Ramesh said.
I received information from somebody very high up in the state government that on February 1st, 2022, the state government had released 15 crore 70 lakh and 32,000 rupees to the banned militant groups under suspension of operation, and if additional 92 lakh 65,950 rupees was released to these groups on the 1st of March 2022. That is just day before yesterday.
Congress alleged that the BJP has been using all means to win Manipur polls. The BJP is indulging in organized violence and suppressing democracy to capture power through all means. All India Congress Committee in charge Bhakta Charandas told a press conference at Congress Bhawan in Imphal on Thursday. He said the Saffron Party is using their cadres to attack opponents, burn vehicles and intimidate voters in the valley. And they are using banned militant outfits to influence voters in Churachandpur and Kangpokpi, Tengnopal and Chandel district in the hills, Charandas said. He said there is enough proof of BJP violating model code of conduct in the state, adding that they have paid crores of rupees to ban militant groups under suspension of Operation Sue for election purposes. Further, he also said that Prime Minister, Home Minister and Manipur Chief Minister have not met any commitment to repeal Armed Forces Special Powers Act AFSPA from Manipur till that. He promised AFSPA will be removed from the state if the Congress party come to power. He further alleged that the BJP government in Manipur was the mastermind of all the mega drug scandals worth hundreds and thousands of crores in Manipur. He said that since the BJP has relations with drugs mafia, the party has allotted party ticket to many who have been facing drug cases. If BJP continues to remain in power, they will stay in their business with drug mafia, which will ultimately destroy the future of the youth in Manipur, he said. Bhakta Charandas also sought vote for Congress in the second phase of Manipur polls to be held on March 5 in 22 assembly constituencies and expressed hope that Congress will secure 17 seats in the phase.
The Manipur government is behaving like this. And the government of India, I do not know what tempers them to handle the election in this manner, in this violent manner. In the beginning I told that they believe in the organized violence. The BJP party, in my election period first press conference, I said that they believe in the organized violence. And this has come out true. What more proof can be there? That if they would have done much before, 6 months before, things would have been different. But when the election is on, when the election is notified, and during that period, can the government of India release this money? And can the state government distribute this money? And twice this has been done. What more they can do to temper the democracy, to disrespect the mandate of the people, to intimidate the mandate of the people? The very saddest part in Indian democracy, which has never happened in any part of the country, but it is happening in Manipur, and government of India is facilitating.
Unidentified men threw and exploded a petrol bomb at a house in Tentha Kongbal under Kongzom police station in the wee hours. The incident happened around 2:23 a.m. according to reports. No casualties were reported. The house belonging to Naurem Jitendra Singh and Chaubi Devi. The locals suspected the attack was a poll-related incident. They expressed disappointment over such incidents detrimental to democracy. In the meantime, a group of BJP workers reportedly attacked the house of an INC supporter TH Rishikesh from Kakching Kunau last night. Several household items, including vehicles, were destroyed in the attack that occurred around 11:30 p.m. In another incident, at least 5 houses were destroyed last night at Wangzing under Wangzing Tentha constituency, alleged by BJP workers. The BJP workers used stone and guns in the house attack that occurred around 11:30 p.m. The residents condemned the incident and demanded punishment to all culprits. Wangzing Tentha Youth Congress Chief Advisor P. Sanatomba told a press meet that every citizen should be given the right to give vote to candidates of their own choice.
Kantil lekai da laiba amadi morang them minau tombi inong tong bi Wangjing Bazaar da leiba amasung Jumna Mahendra Kumar sing Wangjing SK da leiba RK Mangai Sana chingba Wangjing Haitu Popi da leiba khudra pam Mani Chandra Singhi asuguma Wangjing SK da leiba jum singhi da kingan khangan ba nomai kapsin ba nungna thomjan ba tawbasi masi tobi no masi yagan election na haibasi mioi ba amagi punchi da vote thada jaba samna thajaga da pai kaya adu asiguma dhamka amaga loina na ekhoi da vote pi da ba ya de ga na tawba masi yamna dictator oiba yamna tukat chaba yamna luja da ba thong amani masiguma thabaga si yari ba makhaidi magi leiriba Kendra ki leijari ba koi sam na Wangjing ta kendra si da hemanta ki so siri hemanta themjam biu siri pongnam borjan ki so pongnam borjan na themjan biraga asigumba thogum kaya si masi thok ta na election ki free and fair oina thengamina si haiduna pi chana tomba sing sip advisor Wangjing ta jut congress ki maikai dagi ngarang makso apin tawjai ngasi jo hanna apin tawjai
Communist Party of India has condemned the attack by BJP workers at Kakching Kunau under Sugnu constituency. Speaking to the media at Congress Bhawan, CPI Manipur Secretary Swatin Kumar said apart from militants under suspension of Operation Su treating people to vote for BJP in Churachandpur and Kangpokpi district, the voters have been bribed by BJP to win the Manipur polls, he said. Many billionaires supporting BJP is not good for the state. He said the Manipur Progressive Secular Alliance does not think that the March 5 election will be held in a free and fair manner.
Second round, around 28. Sigi say that ngarang tongan ba kendra kaya vote hangchi thada gadorin maru in Sugnu constituency Wangjing tentha khangabok amama si mayam si so say that maru ina ekoi BJP gi ekoi morcha RSS ki train cadre mapan ki kambu bo yaw hai maikhum upa pimu set pa sina ekoi communist party ki leaders singi mayum thugai re vote ke aduga loina makhan kaya gi polling booth mayam mai thadok pire makhan kaya gi bipu aduga loina vote mitta kana matum thorpe yaro hai ba tin mayam si tongan ba kendra mayam sing sida mogi aduga BJP gi adu yam tam thiwa volunteer singna sadi ba sajat masina ekoi hangchit ki vote se ekoi yam sathina aki ba kya pho.
National CPI Executive Member CPI Dr. Nara said the rate of poll violence has increased during the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly election. Money and martial power has become a biggest challenge, he said, and added that election, which is considered a festival of democracy, has become the festival of money. The CPI condemns such wrongdoings, he said. The CPI leader said the people of Sugnu and Wangjing are afraid of exercising their franchise.
Money power is narga. I'm really afraid the moral of the people. Ganatantra festival ni hari by election si chanana pashayi and festival we are against such kind of malpractices. Elections make election free and fair campaign chatted kaya may effective I don't know. Common people see Pashana Pamdahan but Amakati Koiriko. Shishu Koiran Kitoko Mishakomoina Tunda future Moena Bohravada. Election Chumnatowa Habesiki Hodravadi. It can never be achieved. See political education Amasu we hold the Miami in a community of Canada.
The rate of increase in COVID cases continued to slow down in Manipur with 19 fresh infections on Thursday. The state reported 0 deaths in the past 24 hours. The total tally stands at 136,854, while the death at 2,113. As part of Manipur COVID-19 Command Control Room, the positivity rate was recorded at 1.5%. The Manipur COVID-19 Command Control Room said the fresh infections were detected after testing a total of 1,299 samples in the past 24 hours. It said altogether 20 persons were recuperated from the disease in the same hours. Time for a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Congress ki pandam Naharol Singidamak Sahi Kudingi Anowa Tabak Lising Yankai Pigani Manipur Staff Selection Commission Linkhat Kani Hang Duna Laiva Famsing Niam Sumna Amadi Laukup Lokoi Laitana Mensin Gani Tabak Pangdaba Naha Singda Sel Gimateng Pigani District Kudingi Multi Sports Facility Center Amadi Cultural Center Amamam Thamgani Congress the vote BBU Naharol the Tabak Pirasi
After the break, a team of NAP Manipur under the supervision of SP NAP seized around 9 cases of suspected illegal opium yesterday at around 4:30 p.m. at Malong Bazaar. The contraband item was carrying in a Maruti Gypsy. The driver was identified as Thaunauzam Diben Singh, aged 57 years, son of late T.H. Lukoy Singh of Kurai, Ahongay Laikai. In Fal East, he was arrested in connection with incident. The driver disclosed that he procured the opium from one individual from Mombi village in Chandel district and was supposed to deliver at Mayang in Fal. A case has been registered at Nat police station for further investigation. President of the Northeast MP Forum and Congress MP from Silong, Vincent H. Pala has urged the Ministry of External Affairs MEA to ensure safe return of all students from Northeast region currently stranded in Ukraine. He said he was in touch with the MEA and had a series of discussions with the MEA minister and that they were taking steps on that. Pala told reporters, he said this cannot be done by an individual MP because the matter has to be taken up with MEA. Around 50 students out of over 230 students of 3 northeastern states, Assam, Tripura, and Meghalaya, who were stranded in war-ravaged Ukraine, have returned to India so far. Assam Chief Secretary Jisnu Barua has directed the district administrations to reach out to parents of students stranded in Ukraine. An official in Guwahati said that the Assam government so far prepared at least 160 such students and the process of evacuating them has been going on in coordination with the External Affairs Ministry. He said that 4 more students from Assam arrived in New Delhi on Wednesday, taking the total number of returnees from Ukraine to 32. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma in a tweet said that 12 students from his state studying in Ukraine have reached India safely. 6 are on their way to Delhi and 9 are en route to the border. Another 11 students have reached safely in neighboring countries and will be flown back to India soon. Sangma said the state governments of most of the northeastern states are in constant touch with the MEA to safely evacuate the stranded students and other citizens of this state in Ukraine. The government is trying to bring back Indians stranded in war-torn Ukraine by asking them to cross into neighboring countries from where they are flown back by special aircraft to the country. Over 7,000 Russian servicemen have been killed since the start of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, while hundreds have been taken prisoner, including senior officers. A military advisor to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Wednesday, according to a media report. Meanwhile, Russian troops seized Kherson, one of the strategically important cities in southern parts of Ukraine. The New York Times reported earlier the mayor of the city, Igor Kolinkayev, had said Russian troops were in the street and had forced their way into the city council building. Meanwhile, the United Nations General Assembly on Wednesday overwhelmingly voted to reprimand Russia over its invasion of Ukraine and demanded the Moscow stop fighting and withdraw its military forces, news agency Reuters reported. The UN General Assembly on Wednesday voted overwhelmingly to censor Russia's invasion of Ukraine, while India abstained on the vote in view of the totality of the evolving situation. The 141 votes that a resolution more than two-thirds of those voting received was a diplomatic blow to Moscow. Only 5 countries voted against the resolution, while 35 abstained and 12 abstained themselves. India has been deeply concerned over the rapidly deteriorating situation in Ukraine and the ensuing humanitarian crisis. India's vote Permanent Representative T.S. Tirumurti said while explaining India's vote. He said India supports the international community's call for an immediate ceasefire. This was the 4th abstention by India on a vote on the Ukraine issue at the UN. The other 3 at the Security Council, where India is an elected member, stemmed by the Russian veto at the Council on a resolution condemning Russian invasion and demanding the withdrawal of its troops. The Council voted on Sunday to refer the issue to the General Assembly. The resolution does not carry the same teeth as a Council resolution would have, but it has moral and political weight, scoring a diplomatic victory for the US and their allies. But most of all for Ukraine, the 141 votes were 41 more than the 100 votes that a similar resolution on Russia's takeover of Crimea in 2014. Before we wrap up, once again the top news headlines. ECI orders repoll at 12 polling stations of Manipur on March 5. Congress accuses Manipur government of bribing militant groups. BJP indulging in organized violence to capture power, says Bhakta Charandas. Thank you for watching Pony TV English News.